Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
Stop torturing us.
Stop torturing me.
Organized stalking and electronic harassment, which is a euphemism. We're talking about no-touch torture with radio frequency harassment devices and microwave-directed energy weapons is happening in all assembly member districts of California. It is affecting and destroying lives in all assembly districts of California, and they are not doing anything to stop these crimes. It could happen to your friends, your parents, your children, your siblings. It's happening in your neighborhood, and you could be next.
Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law.
Organized stalking and the violation.
Good job, you guys.
So wait, are we going?
I'm not sure, but this is really meaningful. This is awesome.
Stop trying to kill it.
Hey,
Ho ho!
gang stalking has got to go.
Hey ho ho! Gang stalking has got to go. Hey ho ho! Gang stalking has got to go. Ho ho! Gang stalking has got to go.
Stop torturing me. 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 Stop torturing me.
Everybody is connected to these weapons technologies and direct energy weapons through nanotechnologies in the body, which come from chemtrails, smart dust. They are AI programmable weaponized technologies. Every physical health known to man is related to these technologies. These are extermination programs, nothing short. These are mind control, body control technologies affecting the world, all the citizens.
Organized stalking and electronic harassment, which is a euphemism. We're talking about no-touch torture with radio frequency harassment devices and microwave-directed energy weapons is happening in all assembly member districts of California. It is affecting and destroying lives in all assembly districts of California, and they are not doing anything to stop these crimes. It could happen to your friends, your parents, your children, your siblings. It's happening in your neighborhood, and you could be next.
If you work with any of your neighborhood watch groups and you've been told your neighbors are crazy or they're domestic terrorists, they're lying to you. This can happen to you. Stop it.
Okay, let's keep going. Today it's us, tomorrow it could be you. Today it's us, tomorrow it could be you.
Make you ill, they can target you. Any transmitter, it's called CELDAR.
Seldar.
CELDAR. There are different types of CELDAR now. If they wanted to target you as an experiment, or if they didn't like you, what CELDAR will do from any of the microwave towers, any of the hundreds and thousands of them, and you don't even need to be carrying your phone, it can lock onto you, and once it's locked onto you, the computer takes away all of the things that are not moving, like buildings and trees and lampposts. So now the computer is following, it's like radar, only from microwaves. So it's now following you, and if you walk up the road, the transmitters will follow you.
Do they follow your brain pattern or
your whole body pattern.
Okay. Walking,
Follow your whole body. Yep, yep. And of course it goes through walls. Microwaves go through walls. You see.
We know.
So you can be followed everywhere. They know where you go to the toilet, how often, where you sleep, where you go through your house if you go into somebody else's house. And once it's locked onto you, it can just follow you everywhere.
And a microchip is no longer needed to...
No, you can use microchips, but now you can follow people, and if you can follow them, you can target them. And if you target them, you can send pulses to their brain, pulses to their heart. So if they want, they can have you followed And they can make you go mad, they can give you a heart attack, they can make you go blind.
Who is they? I mean, do you know?
Yes, you have.
You always say they're doing this to me again. Who? I mean, put a name to
They
this
are
thing.
government scientists working. Sometimes they are university departments. Governments have an enormous research budget. The English, United States governments have enormous research resources.
Yes, I'm a member of a group of victims of high-level technology in New York City, New York State, and New Jersey. These technologies have caused in many of us to be diagnosed with brain lesions as the Havana syndrome brain lesions against the neurological system and the brain. And we're getting together to inform the state of New York and the city of New York about these events that are very tragic. We have victims groups throughout the United States of these technologies. And there are about 400,000 victims of brain lesions from these technologies in the United States. In the states of California, for instance, they passed the neural rights laws to protect the neurological system and brain of people, and the state of Colorado as well. And questionnaires in our victims groups throughout the years have shown that the guinea pigs used for these experiments are women over 60 and 70 years old who live alone as widowed, separated, divorced, or single. And they're using us for experimentation with the brain and neurological system by sending these harmful technologies on around the clock to our bodies and brains. And among the people experimenting with these technologies are military organizations and also law enforcement. And the United Nations, where I worked for 25 years, has protected the victims with the reports of cyber torture that are committed against victims with technology. And recently, the Special Rapporteur on Torture last year of the United Nations issued an annual report to the General Assembly about the production, trade, and use of weapons by law enforcement to torture people. So the UN is very well aware of that. And I have been slandered by my persecutors who are covering up these crimes against humanity with a fabrication that they created about my employment in the United Nations that ended properly in 2007. This is 16 years ago.
So that I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have any position on any of the legislation that we heard today?
Yes, that I support what Member Palladino said. Okay. I support what Dario said.
Okay.
I think that this is very harmful because people are getting brain lesions.
Thank you.
And we have a package of information to bring to the council members. We would like to get your mailing address, phone, and email address.
We can share it with you. We can share it with you. I shared it at the beginning of the hearing. It can be shared to testimony@council.nyc.gov. We can write it down for you.
Educate yourself about organized stalking and electronic harassment. Just like the diplomats in Cuba were assaulted with microwave weapons It is happening to citizens inside the U.S.
We want justice! We want justice!
Second international TI Day protest outside the BBC Broadcasting House, Portland Place in London.
Research the areas of targeted individuals, electronic harassment, gang stalking. We need to get the media on our side, make the media aware of these crimes, make human rights organizations aware of these crimes.
You might be asking yourself, what exactly is a target individual? Being a target individual means that a long-term harassment campaign has been organized against you, in which thousands of humiliations and hardships are orchestrated in your life, causing incomprehensible suffering. Being a targeted person means you're singled out or put on a list, with influence and power to assign multiple perpetrators to harass you at the very least, and in worst cases, to take you down completely. Systematically in every way, through intimidation, predatory stalking, organized group stalking, contracted stalking, surveillance abuse, harassment in the workplace, break-ins, vandalism, theft. They are trying to control us, and we will not be controlled. That's right. I will not allow children and future generations to grow up in a world like this, where this can happen to them. I just refuse. Our lives and hearts, right. Anybody out there with kids, grandchildren, that's who we're fighting for.
We are here today to bring forth truth, knowledge, insight to these deadly programs, operations, to show we have no tolerance for these programs and weaponized technologies, victimizing, harming, hurting, manipulating, controlling, disabling, murdering not only my family members, but that of our nation's citizens.
I've been receiving targeting for 34 years. It probably makes me the senior guy at this meeting today. And 34 years in the making is this flyer right here. So if anybody needs help, I'm not talking about a silver bullet, I'm just talking about the basics of protection and remediation from directed energy weapons. Please see me and get a copy of this flyer. It took me 20 years to figure out what was going on. I thought it was chronic fatigue. It wasn't chronic fatigue. It was external directed energy weapons. Then I thought it was tinnitus. It wasn't tinnitus. It was external directed energy weapons. Get a copy of my flyer if you have these symptoms. I'm happy to share the information. Thank you.
Thank you.
My injuries are consistent with those of direct energy weapons. I have bioeffects of being assaulted with radar waves for 15 years. One injury I have is that of damage to the inner ear, tinnitus, and hearing loss. I require 2 hearing aids now. I have seen Dr. Hoffer in Miami. He examined the American diplomats who were here hit with similar weapons. Dr. Hoffer understands what direct energy weapons can do and how they work. I want to ask you, why is it that one doctor is sworn to secrecy for fear of his license being revoked? And why is it that my next door neighbor, who is a psychopath, is a doctor who is pointing this weapon at my ears with impunity? I have documented patterns of how the weapon is used. They like to shoot the skull, the ears, the eyes, and the heart, but they will shoot any part of my body for target practice. I want to share this information with the innocent civilians in the state of California. This is a crime of repeated, aggravated assault and perversion. Using this weapon is a crime against thousands of citizens across the great state of California.
Targeting is growing exponentially, and this generation on Earth must engage every effort, every possible energy available to stop targeting, or we will be delivering to our children and grandchildren the worst possible existence.
Even though the motives behind organized stalking and electronic harassment can be difficult to understand, there's a core motive that's common to all cases of covert harassment.
The criminals perpetrate these crimes because they know they can get away with it without any interference from law enforcement. The opportunity for perpetrators to act with complete impunity is the unifying motive behind all covert harassment crimes. And that is 100% the fault of law enforcement, because they're not doing their job when it comes to this issue. And that includes the police force right here in Portland, Oregon. Now, this is important. I want you guys to consider this carefully. Inaction by law enforcement is not just allowing a trivial form of harassment to infest our communities. Stalking by individuals or groups of individuals is a crime in every state. Highly organized stalking against a singled out individual is a very serious crime. In many ways, it's as serious as the crimes for which federal statutes were erected to counteract the Ku Klux Klan's terrorizing activities. Directed energy weapons take it to the next level because physical pain is violence. To inflict extreme physical pain on someone by means of a focused energy-emitting device is a violent crime, even when it doesn't leave visible signs of injury. To repeatedly inflict pain on someone this way, day after day, night after night, counts as torture. Bona fide torture with a capital T. Physical assaults capable of causing permanent damage to people's ears, organs of balance, and brain tissue count as violent assault and battery, even when these assaults are done from a distance or through people's walls by means of focused, wall-penetrating microwave energy. Now, that's the kind of crime that police are allowing to grow in our communities through their nonchalance and dereliction of duty. They act like they forget that all tax-paying citizens deserve equal protection under the law. Even if the crimes in question are new on the scene and challenge traditional methods of law enforcement. Offenders firing improvised microwave weapons at people in our communities are acting like terrorists, and they should be treated like domestic terrorists. Let us all remember that criminals are always among the first in society to adopt new technologies. With the rapid growth of technology in this day and age, we ask you to demand that all candidates for office have a public safety platform that explicitly includes emerging technologies. Directed energy devices and microwave weapons are here to stay, and we need to start dealing with them openly. Criminals are already using these weapons. These weapons need to be openly addressed as an emerging technology of concern by the people we put in office. And so you should demand this for the victims whose lives have been shattered by these weapons. Demand it for yourself. Demand it for your children and friends. And demand it for the prosperity and safety of your community.
Next, I'd briefly like to address another group of people who are no doubt listening right now. The people involved in this program, at any level, we need you. Those involved in the targeting, we need you. We need you to stand up, step out, speak up, stand up for your country, stand up for your fellow citizens. You know this is not okay. And the people who are doing the research, gather evidence, put it together, give that evidence to honest journalists. There are a few out there. Give that evidence to honest investigators. There are a few out there too, I know it. We can't stop this without insider help. We need you. We are looking for true American heroes amongst ordinary men and women.
A sensitive person and you're willing to look into the topic, to drill down into it, you'll quickly find high-functioning people that aren't lonely and looking for attention. Actually, we're doing the right thing and speaking out. And I think there'll come a day when people will look back and be proud of us for doing that. I think the human spirit and human rights will prevail. And when it does, the pendulum is going to swing back hard, and there's going to be ramifications basically in all kinds of different aspects. And the founding fathers would absolutely be supporting targeted individuals right now.
I really do believe that too. I just think that, once again, we have the Pentagon, we have the Defense Department, DARPA, and all these groups that are proud of their silent weapons.
You mentioned Pandora. It just made me think of the metaphor Pandora's box. In a sense, it's been opened, and I think the resistance to getting this situation under control is because of the consequences that are going to happen when people are outraged about this. But because there's no accountability and there's such high deniability, people on the inside must know how dangerous this technology is.
Oh, sure. They know the benefits. They know what they can use to basically harm someone if they really want to target them and harm them, and that's available. If the technology exists, there is that potential that can be used for ill will. Now, I'd like to thank Dr. Matthew Arngard for being on the program tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Yeah, thank you. This has been a fantastic experience, and we've had real movement out on the streets, and it's given me hope. But talking to you has been the perfect end to TI Day, because you really take on this issue. Your callers are great, and I can see that I'm glad that we have people like you talking to us and advocating for this issue.
Well, thank you. I was glad to be a part of it, because I have done shows in the past about it, but I never really had the opportunity to have as many professionals on the program to talk seriously about it and what every little aspect entails. So I thank you for being on the program, and Dr. John Hall, too, for being on the program
my
tonight.
pleasure. Thank you.
You bet.
We have 750 billion people on the face of the planet. They want to reduce it down to 200 to 500 million, never to exceed 500 million again. These are not predictions. This is a mandated law written and set up on the Georgia Stonehenges.
It's genocide. It's silent genocide.
Stop torturing me.
Touchless torture.
Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
Stop torturing me. You are torturing me.
Stop torturing me.
You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop 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 torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. Stop torturing me. You are torturing me. Stop torturing me.
Stop torturing us.
Stop torturing me.
I didn't mean to almost run you over, did I?
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
If you don't stop this now, what's going to happen?
You're next. On the left.
Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law.
Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law. Restore the rule of law.
Why not stop the violation?
Good job, you guys.
Restore the rule of law.
So wait, are we going?
I'm not sure, but this is really meaningful. This is awesome.
Stop trying to kill it. This way, people. Gang stalking has got to go. Hey, hey.
Ho, ho.
Gang stalking has got to go. Hey, hey.
Hey, ho, ho. Gang stalking has got to go.
Hey, hey.
Ho, ho. Gang stalking has got to go. Ho, ho. Gang stalking has got to go.
Ho, ho.
are here to raise awareness about organized stalking. Look it up on the internet. Your children, your parents, your friends could become the next victim.
It's about predatory gang stalking! Shut it down! 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 Gang stalking has got
Right.
to go! Hey, hey!
Nice.
Gang stalking has got to go!
Sacramento TI rally, April 27, 2019. It's 4:00 p.m.
Video photographer Jack Christiana.